Being relentless starts in the mind. Eric Thomas teaches that nothing in life changes until your thoughts change. If your mind wavers at the first sign of struggle, your actions will follow. A relentless mindset means conditioning yourself to fight, to endure, and to push forward no matter what. It's the mental armor that keeps you moving when the world tries to stop you. Your mind controls your destiny. E.T. emphasizes that people who achieve greatness are not necessarily smarter or luckier. They simply refuse to quit. They develop mental toughness that refuses to accept excuses, doubts, or fears. Every time your mind tries to whisper, "Give up," relentless people push back with belief, focus, and determination. Being relentless mentally means embracing discipline over desire. You'll do what others won't, not because it's easy, but because you've decided your goals are bigger than comfort. E.T. always says that comfort is the enemy of progress. When your mind is unstoppable, you stop waiting for motivation and start creating results on your own. Your mindset sets the standard for your actions. When you cultivate an unstoppable mind, your body, habits, and effort align with that mental power. E.T. stresses that the world doesn't reward intention alone. It rewards the execution of relentless belief. Every day becomes a test, and your mind is the weapon that ensures victory. Challenges are inevitable, but a relentless mindset doesn't see obstacles as roadblocks. It sees them as tests of strength and opportunity. E.T. teaches that your mind must become so strong that failure doesn't intimidate you, setbacks don't scare you, and criticism doesn't deter you. You learn to move forward despite all opposition. Relentless people internalize that their mindset determines their level of success. You can't be stopped if you refuse to be limited. E.T. emphasizes that mental persistence compounds over time, creating habits that eventually transform your life. Each thought you conquer today is a victory for your tomorrow. An unstoppable mindset also requires ownership of your thoughts. You cannot control the world, but you can control your mental responses. E.T. says the relentless person doesn't complain, they respond. They don't blame, they strategize. Every negative circumstance is fuel to sharpen focus and amplify action. Belief is the cornerstone of this mindset. E.T. teaches that if you don't believe you can win, nothing else matters. A relentless mind believes in the goal, trusts the process, and refuses to let fear dictate the future. That belief becomes a force so powerful it motivates action, even when you feel tired, unprepared, or uncertain. Visualization is a key tool in developing a relentless mind. E.T. stresses that seeing your success before it happens primes your mind for action. Every morning you rehearse the victory, the challenge, and the hustle. You build mental muscle that prepares you to tackle obstacles with confidence and precision. A relentless mindset is immune to excuses. E.T. always says that excuses are the easy path for the weak. Mental toughness grows when you confront reality, accept responsibility, and commit to relentless action, regardless of circumstances. Your mind becomes a command center for unstoppable progress. Relentlessness requires a mental commitment to endure. E.T. teaches that the difference between those who succeed and those who quit is often just a few more minutes of mental fortitude, a few more hours of focus, and the refusal to let temporary discomfort dictate permanent outcomes. Your mindset is contagious. E.T. emphasizes that when you operate with an unstoppable mind, you influence others to rise. Your belief, your drive, and your determination inspire and elevate the energy around you. A relentless mindset doesn't just affect you, it impacts your team, your family, and your community. Persistence starts with the mind. E.T. says that relentless people don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They make progress in spite of imperfection. Mental preparation allows you to adapt, overcome, and thrive in any circumstance, turning challenges into stepping stones instead of obstacles. Every thought you allow shapes your destiny. A relentless mind rejects fear, doubts, and hesitation. E.T. teaches that mental discipline is choosing every day to focus on what matters, to strengthen your belief, and to commit to a vision so big that quitting is not an option. Finally, an unstoppable mind is a commitment to self-mastery. E.T. stresses that you must control your habits, your focus, your reactions, and your priorities. Relentlessness begins in the mind because mental domination leads to life domination. You become unstoppable because your mind has already decided that success is inevitable. Being relentless is not just a mindset, it is action in motion. Eric Thomas teaches that dreams without massive effort remain dreams. You can visualize, believe, and plan all you want, but without consistent, determined action, nothing changes. Relentless people don't wait for the perfect moment. They show up every day and push, no matter the circumstances. Massive action separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. E.T. emphasizes that average people settle for minimal effort because it feels comfortable. But comfort never leads to achievement. You have to be willing to outwork, out-hustle, and outperform every single day, even when no one is watching, even when it's inconvenient. Consistency is the hidden multiplier. E.T. says that showing up once is easy. Showing up 100 times, 1,000 times, relentlessly pursuing your goals, is where champions are made. Every small action compounds over time. Every extra hour, every extra effort, every repeated discipline builds momentum that nobody else sees but everyone else eventually notices. Relentless people understand that action creates opportunity. E.T. teaches that you don't wait for doors to open, you kick them down. Every call you make, every task you finish, every step forward is building the pathway to your success. Inaction guarantees failure. Relentless action guarantees results. Massive and consistent action trains your discipline. E.T. always says that discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. You can feel tired, uninspired, or uncertain, but action doesn't wait for feelings. Relentlessness is a habit of movement, not a temporary burst of energy. Taking action teaches accountability. E.T. stresses that when you act consistently, you no longer blame circumstances or hope for luck. You control your outcome because your effort drives results. Every day you show up, you own your success and your failures, and that ownership compounds into unstoppable progress. Action is fuel for confidence. E.T. emphasizes that confidence is not built by thinking about success, it's built by doing. Every completed task, every extra step, every goal achieved through effort reinforces your belief that you can handle anything that comes your way. Relentlessness grows in those who act, not those who dream passively. Consistency turns struggle into habit. E.T. teaches that the grind becomes easier the longer you commit to it because your body, mind, and spirit adjust. What seemed impossible at first becomes routine. And when action becomes routine, relentless results are inevitable because you've trained yourself to endure. Relentless people embrace the power of incremental improvement. Massive action is not only about intensity, it's about small, intentional steps taken every day. E.T. stresses that even tiny progress compounds over time into massive breakthroughs. Daily consistency turns ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. Action transforms fear into momentum. E.T. explains that hesitation and doubt are natural, but once you act, the fear diminishes. Relentless action forces you to engage, to face challenges, to adapt, and to grow. Every step forward, no matter how small, builds confidence and silences doubt. Showing up consistently sets you apart. E.T. emphasizes that most people quit when it gets uncomfortable. Relentless people thrive in discomfort because they understand that effort is what separates dreamers from achievers. The world rewards action more than intent, persistence more than planning. Massive action produces resilience. E.T. teaches that the more you push, the more setbacks you endure, the stronger you become. Every obstacle overcome, every extra hour worked, every failure survived adds to your capacity to endure bigger challenges. Relentlessness is built in the trenches of consistent effort. Action is also contagious. E.T. says that when you consistently show up, people notice. Your energy, drive, and commitment influence those around you. Relentless people become magnets for opportunity, collaboration, and mentorship because their movement signals belief, purpose, and discipline. Consistency in action sharpens focus. E.T. teaches that when you commit to daily effort, distractions lose their power. You learn to prioritize, to ignore what doesn't matter, and to hone in on what will produce results. Momentum grows because you are no longer wasting energy. Every step is intentional. Action breeds courage. E.T. emphasizes that fear diminishes when you do something every day that challenges you. Relentless people face the unknown, step outside comfort zones, and take risks because their repeated efforts give them the confidence to trust themselves. Relentless action builds character. E.T. says that the person who consistently works hard, even in private, develops integrity, grit, and perseverance. Your habits reveal who you truly are, and when action becomes ingrained, it shapes your identity as someone unstoppable. Every effort teaches a lesson. E.T. stresses that relentless people learn by doing. Mistakes, failures, and setbacks become data for improvement. Action is never wasted. Even unsuccessful attempts provide insight and experience that fuel growth. Consistency creates legacy. E.T. reminds us that massive action repeated over years leaves a mark. It influences lives, shapes communities, and changes the trajectory of your story. Relentless people build something larger than themselves because they refuse to quit. Taking action also fosters gratitude. E.T. teaches that when you see results, you appreciate the grind, the sacrifice, and the process. Relentless action transforms effort into results, and results reinforce your appreciation for every challenge you've overcome. Finally, E.T. says that relentless people understand that action is freedom. By committing fully and consistently, you free yourself from regret, excuses, and what-ifs. Every step forward is proof that you control your destiny, that your life is shaped by effort, not luck. Relentlessness is action made unstoppable, and action is the pathway to greatness. Struggle is not your enemy, it is the proving ground of greatness. Eric Thomas teaches that life will challenge you in ways you never expected, and those challenges are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. Relentless people embrace struggle because they know it is the furnace where strength is forged. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. E.T. emphasizes that the person who fears struggle will never reach their potential. Struggle separates the weak from the strong because it demands adaptation, focus, and persistence. Relentless individuals don't run. They lean in, learn, and rise through the pressure. Pain and discomfort are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are progressing. E.T. teaches that the more you endure, the more you strengthen your mind, body, and spirit. Relentlessness is cultivated in the moments when giving up feels easier than continuing, but you push anyway. Struggle forces you to innovate. E.T. stresses that obstacles demand creativity, strategy, and problem solving. When you embrace struggle, you discover solutions you never thought possible. Relentless people use hardship as fuel to think differently, act smarter, and push harder than anyone else. Every setback is a teacher. E.T. always says that failure is not final unless you refuse to learn. Struggle provides lessons that comfort never can. The relentless person studies every challenge, extracts wisdom, and applies it with unwavering determination. Each struggle strengthens their foundation for future success. Struggle develops resilience. E.T. emphasizes that life will hit you, disappoint you, and push you to your limits. Those who embrace the struggle learn to bend without breaking, to recover faster, and to persist longer. Relentlessness is born from repeated exposure to adversity and the refusal to surrender. Struggle tests your commitment. E.T. teaches that the people who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to quit when things get hard. Most give up at the first sign of difficulty. Relentless people see struggle as a test of faith, character, and focus, and they pass every time. Every challenge is an opportunity to build mental toughness. E.T. stresses that life's pressure is a workout for your mind. The more you endure, the stronger your mental muscles become. Struggle teaches discipline, patience, and perseverance, all traits of relentless individuals. Struggle fuels motivation in ways comfort never can. E.T. emphasizes that when you wrestle with difficulty, you discover your true drive. The hunger that comes from pushing through pain is deeper, more urgent, and more sustainable than motivation derived from ease. Relentless people use struggle as the spark that ignites their passion. Struggle is a mirror that reveals your true potential. E.T. teaches that the person who faces hardship and perseveres sees themselves clearly. You discover what you are capable of, what you can endure, and what limits you can surpass. Relentlessness is knowing that your capacity is far greater than your comfort zone. Struggle builds humility. E.T. emphasizes that hardship reminds you that life is not guaranteed and that nothing is owed to you. Relentless people respect the process, respect their journey, and respect the effort it takes to succeed. Humility keeps you teachable, disciplined, and focused. Struggle builds gratitude. E.T. teaches that overcoming adversity makes victories sweeter. When you've wrestled with difficulty, every achievement, every milestone, every success becomes deeply appreciated. Relentless people celebrate the journey, knowing it was struggle that made triumph meaningful. Struggle strengthens character. E.T. stresses that the trials you face define who you are. Relentless people are forged in the fires of adversity, developing qualities like patience, courage, and integrity. Every challenge shapes not only what you accomplish but who you become. Struggle sharpens focus. E.T. teaches that adversity eliminates distractions, exposing what truly matters. When you are pushed to your limits, your priorities become clear. Relentless people learn to focus on the work that produces results, ignoring everything that doesn't contribute to their purpose. Struggle demands accountability. E.T. emphasizes that hardship forces you to take responsibility for your actions. Excuses fall away when the pressure is real. Relentless people understand that they alone are responsible for their outcomes, and struggle reinforces this mindset. Struggle teaches patience. E.T. stresses that instant results rarely follow hard work. Relentless people learn to trust the process, endure the grind, and remain consistent even when progress seems slow. Struggle trains you to be comfortable with effort over time. Struggle strengthens resolve. E.T. teaches that adversity tests your commitment to your goals. The relentless person does not flinch at difficulty. They push forward, knowing that persistence in the face of struggle separates winners from quitters. Struggle ignites innovation. E.T. emphasizes that necessity is the mother of invention. When life pushes you into corners, you find ways to overcome, adapt, and conquer. Relentless people use struggle as the laboratory for creative solutions and smarter strategies. Struggle reveals true passion. E.T. teaches that if you are willing to endure pain and push through adversity, it shows that your goal is worth fighting for. Relentlessness comes from a passion so strong that no obstacle can shake your commitment. Finally, struggle transforms you into someone unstoppable. E.T. stresses that those who embrace struggle while others avoid it become exceptional. Every difficulty endured builds skill, resilience, and determination. Relentless people understand that struggle is not a curse. It is the catalyst for every triumph, every victory, and every level of greatness. Relentlessness is not about occasional effort, it's about refusal to settle. Eric Thomas teaches that many people stop once they achieve enough. Relentless people are different. They refuse to be satisfied with partial victories or temporary success. They understand that true greatness demands total commitment until the goal is conquered. Satisfaction is the enemy of excellence. E.T. emphasizes that the moment you start settling, your growth stops. Relentless individuals are always hungry. Every win is fuel, not a finish line. They constantly raise the bar, push boundaries, and challenge themselves to go further than anyone else is willing to go. Refusing to be satisfied means you set higher standards for yourself. E.T. teaches that winners demand more of themselves than anyone else could. You measure your success not by comparison, but by how far you are willing to go beyond your comfort zone. Relentlessness is born when good is never enough. Relentless people are never complacent. E.T. stresses that comfort is the death of ambition. Even when you achieve, even when others celebrate, you keep moving. You chase the next level, the next milestone, the next challenge. Satisfaction is temporary. Hunger is eternal. Winning requires obsession. E.T. teaches that the relentless person's mind never rests. You obsess over progress, execution, and results. You are consumed by your vision, driven by your purpose, and fueled by your refusal to settle for anything less than total victory. Relentlessness means persistence beyond pain. E.T. emphasizes that obstacles, fatigue, and setbacks are not reasons to stop. They are reasons to push harder. Those who refuse to settle keep grinding even when it hurts, knowing that discomfort is temporary, but greatness lasts forever. Every small victory is a step, not a destination. E.T. teaches that the relentless individual celebrates success but never stops at it. Each achievement is motivation to push harder, do more, and dominate the next challenge. Satisfaction is fleeting. Momentum is permanent. Refusing to settle builds resilience. E.T. stresses that complacency softens the mind and weakens the spirit. Relentless people understand that enduring, persistent effort creates toughness. You train yourself to be unshakable, unstoppable, and unrelenting in pursuit of your goals. Relentlessness fuels ambition. E.T. teaches that those who refuse to be satisfied expand their vision continually. They dream bigger, reach further, and execute with more intensity. Complacency is the enemy of growth. Hunger is the secret weapon of the relentless. Relentless people control their own destiny. E.T. emphasizes that waiting for validation, recognition, or opportunity is for the weak. When you refuse to settle, you create your own path, dictate your own pace, and dominate your own results. You become the author of your story, and nothing can stop you. Refusing to be satisfied sharpens focus. E.T. teaches that the relentless mind is laser-focused on objectives. Distractions, doubts, and detours are ignored because nothing matters more than finishing the race and achieving the ultimate goal. Focus becomes relentless when satisfaction is never enough. Relentlessness creates legacy. E.T. emphasizes that those who refuse to settle leave a mark. Their work, discipline, and commitment inspire others. They prove that greatness is not achieved by luck but by the refusal to stop, the refusal to be comfortable, and the refusal to accept less than total victory. Every challenge met is a benchmark. E.T. teaches that the relentless person uses success to measure progress and failure to fuel persistence. Satisfaction is temporary, but the drive to excel becomes permanent. Relentlessness is knowing that your best is always evolving. Relentless people embrace pressure. E.T. emphasizes that the more you demand from yourself, the more pressure you face. Instead of shrinking, you thrive. Pressure becomes motivation, tension becomes energy, and stress becomes a catalyst to push beyond ordinary limits. Refusing to settle builds courage. E.T. teaches that it takes bravery to aim higher, challenge norms, and surpass expectations. The relentless person doesn't fear failure or judgment, they fear mediocrity, and that fear drives unstoppable action. Relentlessness is a lifestyle. E.T. stresses that being satisfied with small wins is temporary happiness. The relentless chase is continuous. You pursue excellence in every area of life, in every interaction, and with every opportunity. The refusal to settle becomes who you are, not just what you do. Relentless people inspire others by example. E.T. teaches that the refusal to settle sets standards for everyone around you. Your energy, focus, and discipline elevate others, create influence, and attract opportunity. Relentlessness becomes contagious. Refusing to be satisfied ensures sustainability. E.T. emphasizes that those who maintain hunger consistently achieve long-term success. Momentum is built on continuous effort, not occasional wins. Relentlessness is what keeps champions at the top, year after year. Relentless individuals see beyond immediate gratification. E.T. teaches that short-term pleasure is a trap. True victory comes from discipline, focus, and the refusal to quit until you reach your ultimate goal. Satisfaction must be delayed for greatness to be realized. Finally, E.T. emphasizes that the relentless mindset is the ultimate differentiator. Those who refuse to be satisfied until they win dominate life, inspire change, and achieve what others only dream of. Relentlessness is the key to unstoppable success, and winning is the reward of those who never give up.